Say something profound.
We're here, and we're about to make history.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Good But Not Soft podcast. Today, we are discussing what we are going to discuss.
It's a good topic.
That's about it.
Woohoo!
We
We're
all
discussing.
are not prepared. That is the gist.
We, though, are masterful improvisers.
Yes, very good at improvisation. That's what happens when you don't plan.
You would have
Yes.
not even gathered we were not prepared if we did not tell you. We were
I got
not
told like an hour ago to think of subjects. I'm like,
And he did not.
you could have given me a week warning, and I still would have figured out anything.
Yet I've had something to talk about for several days.
Let's
Slacking.
hear it. Let's hear it. What you got cooking?
So I have a question for y'all. What is the difference in a nice guy and a good man? See, I knew you'd like that. You like words.
Yeah, I do.
It's like, oh yeah, how's such and such? Oh, he's a nice guy. But it's
Huh.
like, describing, someone that's like really special or really whatever. It's like, now that's a good man.
I would say I'm an external processor, and so the first time you guys hear these words are the first time that I will be hearing these words. a good man versus a nice man.
Nice guy.
A nice guy.
I mean, same thing.
So I would say that a good man. Let me keep processing. I might want to.
I would say
go
the
through it in
difference
my
in a
mind, yeah.
nice guy and a good man is a nice guy is someone like I'm okay with hanging out with, like, go eat lunch with, him, like he's a nice guy. A good man, I don't even necessarily have to get along with as far as like personalities and whatnot. Just overall, he is good. It is a much deeper meaning.
But at the same time,
Whereas-
also kind of like what you said, someone like, oh yeah, I'll go hang out with such and such. Like, yeah, he's a nice guy. Like, I've known him for a few years, but like, he's not necessarily like a close whatever. Like, but like, like if I was describing y'all would probably be more on the good man side. Like,
That's kind
I trust these two guys. Like, they're really good. Like, whatever. Like, they're good guys. I felt like that question kind of tied in well with the Good But Not Soft podcast.
Yeah, big time. I think with so with you're talking about goodness. Goodness. Something is good if it leads, I would say, to flourishing or health. Right?
To benefit.
That's that verbiage right there for benefit. And a good man, like I have some good men in my life who have invested in me, and they did not always tell me things I wanted to hear. A nice guy would, in those moments where I heard hard things from the good men that invested in me, a nice guy, if they were in that situation, they probably would have not told me the things I needed to hear that were tough and hard. And they would have been nice and not want to hurt my feelings, if you will. And so that's why I say goodness is something that leads to my flourishing, and it could really hurt. All right, being with a good man, he's gonna make sure his family's protected, taken care of, and he's gonna do what he has to do. And it might at times look like it's not what's best, but the result is that it's
not what's easiest.
not what's easiest
is
or
what's
whatever
best.
the case is. And the result is, okay, they're flourishing, they've benefited, they've grown. Versus nice is just, I don't see a nice guy.
It's like, I can get along with him.
Yeah. A good man I could grow with.
Yeah, it's like I have a lot of, friends and stuff that are like, yeah, they're nice. I'll hang out with them and stuff, but they're not necessarily like someone that I'm like, all right, I'm going to, try to pull them into my, inner circle, like be really close, whatever. It's like we don't necessarily, our friendship doesn't benefit each other other than just like we can go have a good time for a little bit. Like I have a lot of those people, and then I have a lot of people that are like, all right, yeah, this is a good man. Like I want to hang out with this guy, or I want to go talk with this person, or whatnot.
A good man, you say, usually I want to be like them.
Yeah.
Like you see that quality, you see that endurance, you see that confidence, you see that strength, and you say, man, I want to emulate that. I'm striving for that. A nice man is like,
Word of the day,
oh.
emulate.
Yeah.
It does not get used enough.
A nice man is just, I don't think I've ever said I wanted to be like that nice man, because I knew like not like an iceberg, right? They're very much shallow. They're more like, ooh, I need imagery. I need image for this. A good man is more like an iceberg. No. A good man is like a tree.
His
Rooted
planted by the
ground. Yeah, exactly. Quote it. Take us there.
You put me on the spot. I can say that since I was like 5, and now I'm on the spot. I can't think of it.
I went to Bible college and I don't remember it that much, but
It's like
A tree planted by the rivers of life, and it does something.
a lot
where
of things.
Its leaves do not wither or fade.
Bears fruit in season.
Yes.
There you go.
season. Yes.
We're talking about a scripture reference, Psalm 1. They're that person that's grounded, rooted, providing shade, protection, all the things for their family. While a nice man is like a flower, right? The right amount of wind could do so much damage. The right amount of
And it's beneficial.
Whatever.
It makes you feel good. Like a flower, you see it makes you feel happy. It's whatever, but it's not necessarily as, strong in its position. It's got benefits.
I mean, if we're going with like the flower makes you feel good, we can also say like a man as a tree provides substance and shelter, whereas the flower does not.
Yeah. He doesn't have the capacity to. Right. That was a good question. Not
So
soft.
off of that, it made me think of another thing. Which is better, to achieve goodness or to achieve greatness? So think about examples of like a goodness
tough
versus
one.
greatness. Think of Hitler. Hitler was a great tactician. He was a great speaker.
leader,
He was
too,
great,
yeah.
he was very charismatic. He
was a great politician.
Yeah, he was great at leading his people to try to take over the world and do a lot of very wrong things. But one would argue he was a great man. He was great at basically everything he did. Same with people like, Alexander the Great, Napoleon. They were great in their fields. But just because they're great doesn't necessarily mean they're good.
Yeah. And those men were evil, right?
Think
And
of
Some of them.
Think of how many people
well, sorry.
Yeah.
Hitler.
at Warren
Yeah.
Buffett's funeral, and like, what are they
Wait,
gonna
Warren Buffett died?
No.
No,
You see.
like
Imagine
what
like
are
a
what are they
funeral.
gonna,
okay.
what are they gonna
His
say about
friend
him?
died, not him. Okay, never
What are
mind,
they
sorry.
gonna say about him at his funeral?
Like if someone
a-
like Warren Buffett died.
As
Yeah.
opposed to a good man,
Great
What-
investor.
Like
what-
as opposed to
how
someone
much-
who was,
how much money do we think
a
he's
strong
worth?
family person
Like that's
and
about
whatever.
what
and-
we're left with.
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas good people are,
Someone who's put a lot into their community
would they say
or
at their
family
funeral?
and all that.
Yeah. It makes you think. In our day and age, greatness isn't even valued as much. And this is what I mean by that. All those people you mentioned, and several more, Warren Buffett, several more we could think of, they
Most any pop star, big name.
yeah, exactly.
I mean-
They've mastered their craft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Warren Buffett, I forget what age they said he started investing in. I mean, they mastered their craft. They had tenor in it. Nowadays, I think people value just being seen more.
Yeah.
How many one-hit wonders do we have in the music world? How many popular and famous memes or memers, you know, is that the word for the people who
Sure.
memes are made out of? You know, it's our society. We're looking for that. At least the younger generation around our ages, they're looking for that. Man, that one video on YouTube can make me very popular. Mm-hmm. So not even greatness isn't even valued, let alone goodness. Mm-hmm. Part of it is, this conversation is just going to. Part of it is our social media age, where everything is for show. Everything is off, or nothing's off limits. You could, just everything is for show, and everything has the potential to be monetized, right? And so money's involved. People, when I was younger, I was a Call of Duty gamer. I developed all of my skills on Call of Duty World War 3. Or no, Modern Warfare 3.
Yep.
Just, you can't beat Rust. That's just a classic map. just amazing things there.
Unless you go up against Alec Baldwin, then you'll get beat at Rust.
Okay. Just a moment of silence. You pull the trigger, you should pay
That's another topic.
Well, I mean,
yeah, let's just keep going.
Okay.
But everything's for show. Everything's, I actually lost my thought. But anyways. So, I had something profound.
Social media age is about, quick hit it like dopamine.
So this is what I was saying. With Modern Warfare 2, I remember growing up playing that just for fun. And now I was with a friend and they shared with me how the person they worked for, with a dentist, the dentist's daughter played Minecraft and made like $50,000, and she had to file taxes. And my friend did not make $50,000 that year. And it's like, we have people now, everything is monetized. You could do whatever, and everything's for show. And there are some things that should be kept private. But then again, on the other side, I am glad to be learning things I would have normally never have learned about. Mm-hmm. Otherwise. So it's kind of, we're in this age where it's like, okay, is that something that should be talked about out loud? Okay, actually, that's valuable for us to know how to make saddles, whatever the case is.
Dip anything,
So, I think the social media age has really pushed shallowness and the value of appearing to be something or someone, and has minimize the value of actually being the person that you claim to be. Right?
And that's kind of why I wanted to, do a podcast. Is it's like we're literally filming this in a bedroom right now.
Yeah, just doing
it.
And
with a card table from Walmart and chairs that I stole from the dining room table that I have to go back at between episodes. Like, like, we're not trying to be, like, super artificial and fake. Like, I mean, we wouldn't be talking about what's a good man versus a great man or a nice guy or whatever. And, like, we kind of want, something that's going to better you.
Substantial.
Whether it be...
What?
Substantial, like you said earlier. Or substance.
Oh, substance.
Yeah.
Whether it be, something really motivating or, meaningful, or just kind of lighthearted, like joking around and just, give you some entertainment for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we were talking about the social media age, and that made me think of something. How many people do you think it would take for you to get a message to a message that you wrote to President Biden?
Ooh, well, I follow the White House on Instagram, so I would say 5. Well, depending on the message, right? If I say something like, I have chocolate ice cream, which I hear he really loves. It might get to him sooner rather than later. But I don't know. 8 people.
8 people. They say that some people believe that it could be less due to social media nowadays, but they say within 8 people you can contact any person in the world. So from
nice.
the people that you know,
Which is these guys.
to a person that they know, to a person that they know, within 8 people you could be in touch with any person in the world.
Wow.
And they say due to social media that could be even less nowadays.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you imagine that?
Because like to get a
That's wild.
message to the other side of the world, they say 8. You can maybe get done 8 people, but it's like I'd have to tell somebody that I know, that might live in say on the coast somewhere.
Yeah.
And they'd have to know somebody who lives in that place. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I may not know somebody and say I want to send a message to Africa, but I know somebody who knows people who are in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So
that shows me just how small our world is.
yes.
which is fascinating because you think, I mean, I've not even been out of this country yet. Have y'all?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I've not even been out
I've
of America.
had the opportunity a few times, but never been out of America.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
And I've not even traveled all 50 states. So,
No,
and y'all have traveled more than me. I've had friends who went to Tokyo and different places really out east, and they've had, I think one of them had a layover in Japan, and they're like, I've been to Japan. It's like, that counts. You had a layover. That counts.
But if you fly over top of it, does that count?
Ooh. I that's a hard, I would say no, just because it's
You weren't physically there. So, yeah. Well, I think we're going to kind of wrap this one up. It's kind of a short, simple podcast. And you want to see us off?
All right. Thank you all, everyone, once again, for watching, hopefully, another episode of the Good But Not Soft podcast. We hope to see you all again soon, virtually. And thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.
All right. What's your good advice, Ronald?
don't do drugs. I'm a high school teacher and I tell my kids that every day. Almost.
Do don't drugs.
Do don't, oh yeah.
All right. Do don't drugs. Got it.